Hey, I'm Joel with Power Stance Import Export, and thanks for checking this video out. It is for an eBay listing, but if you happen to stumble across it through a random YouTube search or suggestion, and you have any questions about these vehicles, please give me a call at the number listed above. You can speak to me directly, or you can find us online, Facebook, Instagram, this YouTube channel, or even the eBay store at Power Stance Import Export. Also, please like and subscribe to the video. We've always got new inventory coming in, which means new videos. So if you've ever wanted to own a Land Rover Defender or anything 4x4 diesel that you can't get here in the United States, that's what we specialize in. We are a licensed used car dealer located right here in Oxford, Michigan. Hello, and up for sale today, I've got a lovely 1989 Land Rover 110 in Alpine White with the 200 TDI. Now this is a UK import, but it is a left-hand drive. It has been legally imported. It's now located here in Michigan and comes with a clean, clear Michigan title. So let me walk you around the vehicle. I'll show you the inside, outside, underside, and we'll take it for a test ride as well. So, being that it's a left-hand drive, this was originally from Greece. So it's a nice Greek boy. But it was in the UK, it was imported to the UK a few years ago. I only spent a couple years in the UK. So it is super clean. Chassis is perfect. Doors are in great shape, bulkhead, everything. So let me show you the whole vehicle. Now this is an upgraded motor. This is a Discovery 200 TDI. You can tell that the intake is up top here and the turbo is below it. So that's out of a Discovery, and they usually had a few more horsepowers, which is kind of a nice little upgrade. And injection pump looks to have been rebuilt recently. Timing belt was done. Water pump was done recently as well. Looks like these belts are in pretty good shape. These hoses are new. Intake pipes all look good. And she runs great. So there's a good look at the footwells as well. All original paint on there, and they are in lovely shape. No rust on the bulkhead or footwells. And let's see if we can get a good look at the bottom of the footwells here. Yeah, there's some rust proofing paint on there, but you can see some of the original factory paint there as well. And there's a good look at your front outriggers, all great shape. And we'll get underneath the vehicle later on. Now it does have a snorkel and a full-length roof rack, floodlights up front. And if you know what that means, drop in the comments, because I can't even Google that because I don't know how to type in Greek letters. But anyways, bulkhead corners in great shape. Stock wheel arches. We do have 16-inch Defender Boost alloys on these Continental all-terrain tires. Moving around here to the front, we do have a nice set of light protectors as well, and another set of floodlights on the front bumper. And the front bumper looks to have been replaced recently as well. It's nice and fresh. We do have a nice skid plate, steering guard up front, checker plate on the wings. And again, here's a nice close look at the bulkhead. It even has the factory engine bay stickers still in place. So bulkhead is in great shape. Windscreen seal looks good. I don't see any chips or cracks in the windscreen, and this has been replaced as well. It's got a heated windscreen. You can see tiny little strips in the windscreen, so that is a nice little feature in the winter. Passenger door does have a little bit of corrosion, but that is it. The frames are in great shape. No welds or repairs, no rust on the door bottoms, so they're in pretty decent shape other than this tiny little bit of corrosion here. And then moving along here to the back. So this is a first for me. I've never seen one of these. This is a fiberglass one-piece top. So there is no gutter channel right here. This all is one piece, and it all comes off together if you decide you want to take it off and put a soft top on there. Corners, cappings, all lovely shape. No rust on the cappings. There is some checker plate here. However, I think it's just decorative because this doesn't really corrode normally right there. Sometimes there are hooks on the side, and if you remove them and you don't want to fill the holes, this is one way to cover it up. So that's probably what happened. Panels are all nice and straight, and you can see all the spot welds go all the way back here, so there's no body filler or anything in this panel, which is good. Corners all look decent. And we do have the swing away wheel carrier with a full-size spare as well. And this rear door is also fiberglass. So it's like a fiberglass rear hardtop kit, which is kind of cool. And what is this, you say? It's actually an actuator. And this vehicle does have keyless entry, which is awesome. So all three doors will unlock and lock with a remote. Rear cross member, beautiful original shape. A little bit of a dent right there, but all in all, very clean, very rust free. Very heavy duty hitch here. It's welded to another crossbar right there as well. Super heavy duty hitch. And we do have this ladder that goes up to the roof rack. Some backup lights in the rear as well. Exhaust is mounted up here, which is kind of cool. So if you're wading through water, and you know, this is probably about 36 inches high right there, so your exhaust can be out of the water pretty high. All right, looks like we do have a new exhaust tip in the rear. Fresh coating of rust proofing. As you can see, this chassis has not had a rear cross member replacement. This is the original chassis, all in beautiful shape. And there's the back side of the rear cross member, looking really tidy, no rust. And we do have this nice set of aftermarket rock sliders and side steps as well. These are all one piece. So super heavy duty rock sliders. And then this is the driver's door. Beautiful shape as well. No cuts or welds or repairs on these doors. And the door cards are nice and fresh. A couple little dents and dings here from the seatbelt. Unfortunately, that happens a lot on Defenders. But other than that, the cards are in good shape. Now on the dash here, we do have like an aftermarket cushioning leather on the dashboard, which is kind of cool. These seats are aftermarket as well. They do say Land Rover, so those have been a little bit of wear and tear on here. Not too bad, a couple little stains, but I don't see any cigarette burns or holes. So these are very comfortable vinyl seats. We do have a center cubby box as well. And this is the LT85 5-speed and the LT230 transfer case as well. And nice fresh set of Exmoor trim carpet set. Some Sony speakers as well. And then there's a, I believe that's a Sony AM/FM radio. So pretty clean looking interior as well. Bench seats in the rear, checker plate on the floors. Pretty basic back seat, but great for camping, great for storing gear, tons of space back there. And we've also got checker plate on the bonnet. And the bonnet is flat black to match the roof. All right, so let's go ahead and start it up. Make sure we're in neutral. Okay, radio works. That was Madonna, Like a Prayer, for anyone who's wondering. Okay, starts right up. We got to fix that. There we go. That'll take care of that rattle once I hook that back up. But other than that, she runs great. Okay, almost forgot to mention this. As you notice, there's no shroud here and no fan on the motor. This is a pretty popular upgrade. This is an electric fan with a thermostat as well. So that takes place of the fan that's constantly running. And that will help keep the vehicle cooler in the hotter weathers. And it will also allow the vehicle to warm up quicker in the wintertime as well, so the fan's not constantly on. So that looks like a new radiator to me as well. Very clean. All the fins look decent. There's a couple little bent fins here, but it looks very new. Intercooler looks original, but to be in pretty good shape. Okay, so let's take a look underneath here, starting in the rear. The 200 TDI has the rear drum brakes, and they're looking nice and fresh. Brake lines look good. Springs and shocks are newer. And again, the chassis, this Greek chassis is just beautiful. This is all original, no rust where there is normally rust on the bottoms here or anywhere else. Fuel tank looks to be in good shape. Rear ball joint is good. Rear axle, no dripping out of the fill plug. Same story on the passenger side. Beautiful looking chassis. Fresh coat of wax oil. Okay, passenger side. Here's the rear axle, and this is the Salisbury rear end as well. A little chunkier than the TD5. Universal joints look good. Drive shaft, prop shafts look nice and solid. I don't see anything leaking out of the pinion seal. And there's your chassis. There's your center diff. That actually looks pretty clean. Just a bit of road grime on there, but I don't see anything leaking out of the transfer case. Motor mounts all look good. Front outriggers all look good. Okay, so here we are on the driver's side. There's the front of the vehicle, front axle. Bottom of the oil pan looks nice and dry. Chassis again, beautiful shape. Bushings all good. And again, this vehicle runs and drives great. So all the bushings, springs, and shocks are all in good working order. There's the rear radius arm bushings. I don't see any cracks or anything in there. Center outrigger looks fantastic. And here's a look at the bottom of the battery box. These normally get pretty rusty, and this one is in great shape. It does have a coating on here, but I don't see any flaky rust, any holes or anything like that. So underside looking pretty tidy. And there's your center diff. Okay, up front here, swivel seals look to be in pretty decent shape. They're not new, but I don't see anything dripping, so it's holding the oil or the grease in. Front control arm bushings look good, and then it's kind of hard to see the steering through this skid plate here, but there's a steering guard skid plate up front. There's your steering stabilizer. There's the bottom of the motor. Yep, there we go. Looking very clean. I don't see anything leaking out of the sump seal. Shocks and springs on the passenger side, swivel seals look pretty good. And again, here's the front dumb irons. This is a notoriously rusty area as well, and they're in fantastic shape. All right, so let's take it for a test drive now. Okay, so let's take her for a test ride. You know the drill. We'll go through the gears, the steering, the braking, and all that good stuff. All right, so gearbox on the LT77 is which clutch in reverse, all the way to the left, and then first gear is right there. Okay, so let's take her down the road. All right, I noticed right away everything is super solid in the driveline. No clunking at all in the gear changes. There's a little bit of slop in the gearbox, but everything's nice and smooth. All the gear shifts, no grinding. Whoa. All right, so downshifting into third gear. And there's fourth gear. And this is the 200 TDI again. Just a tiny bit louder than the 300 TDI. And not a whole lot of sound deadening material in this Defender, so a little bit louder inside, but that can easily be fixed with some sound deadening material or some sheet foam or something like that. All right, so there's fourth gear, and we'll downshift again into third gear. All right, so let's accelerate. You can hear the turbo spooling up nicely. And fifth gear. So cruising at about 45 miles an hour or so. And we'll go ahead and test out the brakes next. Hopefully they work, I don't know. Just kidding. All right, absolutely smooth. No pulling, no squeaking, no vibrations at all. So let's pull in here and we'll show you reverse gear. So there, again, there's first, and then there's reverse. All clear. Yep. And we've got great visibility out of the rear with these windows. There's 4 windows in the rear. So looking around corners, changing lanes, a lot easier with those windows. All right, let's give it the beans. There's third gear. Yeah, running great. And I'm watching out the window for black smoke, and under load, tiny bit of black smoke, but that's what you get with the diesel. Nothing excessive at all, and nothing out of the ordinary. So she's running great. And again, the suspension is pretty decent in this. I don't hear any clunks or any squeaking out of the suspension, and sticks to the road nicely. All around decent vehicle. Nice Greek left-hand drive 110. All right.